Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Dharma Talk. So, today's topic is grounding the mind in the present. And what is the origin? We can see here is that a disciple whose mind was always restless, lost in wandering thoughts, unable to settle on the work before her. So the master offered this teaching to cut through her mental fog. Okay, and let's see what happened. Okay, the master said, "You are still lost in your own head, spinning all these fantasies and overthinking everything. It's like flipping a Chinese pancake. You keep turning it over and over, even after it's already burnt, but you just can't stop. Your mind is constantly turning, calculating, and running wild with thoughts and feelings." So here the metaphor is very interesting, like Chinese pancake, turning it over and over. But something that really makes me reflect is this. Why did the disciple behave this way? What's the underlying reason for it? And I believe it's because the disciple has deep desires inside her, and these desires constantly push her to calculate which option is better and which one gives more benefit. Because of this mindset, she keeps flipping back and forth between different possibilities. The moment one path seems more rewarding, she jumps to it. Then later, another path looks even better, so she switches again. As a result, her mind stays restless and unsettled, clouded by all these attachments and constant calculations. Okay, and then the master said, "Why can't you just focus on one thing and do what you need to do right now? If you can do your current job really well and beautifully, the results come naturally. When people see how reliably you handle your responsibilities, they automatically start to trust you. And because you've shown you can do this well, similar opportunities will naturally open up in the future." So the master is teaching us this. Don't overthink or constantly calculate which option is the best. Instead, fully commit to your current work and do it with excellence. Because when you prove your ability through real effort, better opportunities will naturally come in the future. And people will see your reliability and skill. True success comes from dedicated, skillful work, not from our imagining and calculating outcomes. Okay. Then in this part, the master said, "But when you stay in this scattered state, constantly overthinking, going round and round in circles in your mind, analyzing endless details, following every feeling and impulse, it becomes very hard for others to trust you with important work. Your heart isn't really settled on the task in front of you. Instead, it's always somewhere else, floating around, thinking about all kinds of things that have nothing to do with what actually needs to be done right now." So here, the master points out the disciple's problem again. She's trapped in overthinking, constantly cycling through emotions and impulses. As a result, people can't trust her. She never fully puts her mind into the task at hand. Even though her body is there, her mind is drifting somewhere else. losing all kinds of unrelated thoughts that have nothing to do with the work in front of her. Then the master said, it's like your whole life, whole self is floating in the air. Your feet aren't planted on the ground. You have no real connection with the task or the situation right beneath you. Here, this is a powerful metaphor. The master compares the disciple's state to a plant floating in the air. We all know a plant needs its roots firmly planted in the ground. The deeper and stronger the roots, the more stable the tree. But imagine if those roots were floating in the sky, the tree would die. Definitely. In the same way, for us humans, the ground is our actual work. If we don't stay rooted in what we need to do right now, but instead float around in chaotic, unproductive thoughts, we become disconnected, just like that floating plum. And without being grounded, how can we ever truly grow? Okay, then master's teaching. If this continues for many years, even 10 years, what do you think the outcome will be? Even if you move to another country or start somewhere new, the same pattern will follow you. You will still struggle to do anything well, and it will be difficult to build a stable life or establish yourself anywhere. So the master then takes it further. He looks 10 years into the future. No matter where you are, whether in Australia or in China, no matter who you are with, or which group you join, the result is the same. If you stay in this state, never fully present, always drifting in abstract thoughts, you will never build a real future. In the end, you will be left behind, powerless and alone, because you have product nothing of real value for others. So, very terrible result. Okay, and here, but always following this wandering thought. So the master asks, are you helping yourself or harming yourself? By always following these wandering thoughts, feelings, and impulses and setting aside what you are supposed to do in the present moment, are you truly helping yourself or are you unintentionally harming your own future? Okay, so that's a very crucial and important question. The master is asking the disciple in this day, are you really helping yourself or are you actually sabotaging your own future? We don't do this on purpose. We think we are being responsible for ourselves. We believe that by constantly calculating, comparing, and analyzing, we are making a smarter choice and securing a better future. But this is a mental trap. It drains all our energies and time. It slowly exhausts our lives. So the real result is the opposite of what you imagine. While you are lost in endless calculation, you end up losing everything. Okay. The master continues to say, when you keep chasing those mental loops, you end up having to let go of the real work that needs your attention today. You can't fully focus on both. In the end, the things that actually matter gets neglected. If we live like this for a lifetime, it becomes very hard to accomplish anything meaningful. Over time, opportunities and people may gradually move on and we risk being left behind. So here, the master repeated this key point. Our mind cannot focus on two things at once. If you chase these illusory thoughts, you will never do real work. The choice you make now will shape your future. If you keep pursuing only mental activities, you will never grasp what's right in front of you. If this goes on for a lifetime, you will become a person with no real use or meaning. And people will move on, opportunities will pass you by. No one admires or supports someone who has no substances. In the end, you will simply be left behind. Okay. Then the whole picture, the big picture. First, the pancake mind. Okay, because desire drives endless calculation and the mind never settle, always wondering. Then why can we do just one thing, focus on one thing and do it well? Excellence now opens future doors naturally. Then scattered, untrustworthy, others see a mind that isn't really present because even your body is here and your mind is in another place. Okay, it's like floating roots. Without grounding in real work, no growth is possible. Like a tree, all roots are floating in the air. So the result is that the tree will die. Then 10 years on, the pattern follows you wherever you go. No matter you live in what country, no matter who is around you, the result is the same because if you don't change the old pattern, the result will be a miserable life. Okay, helping or harming, calculation feels smart, feels like a guaranteed our better future, but actually it quietly exhausts your life. Two masters chase illusions and you will always lose what is real. Okay, that's all for today. And may we always remember and cherish these precious teachings. May we gather our scattered minds, distance ourselves from useless overthinking, calculation, and truly ground ourselves in the work of this present moment. Do the work well in front of you. Do the work at hand with excellence. Okay, thank you so much. That's all for today. See you next time.